Hello, and welcome to Let's Play Mother Russia Bleeds. Mother Russia Bleeds is a 2D beat-em-up side-scroller that was released this year. It is inspired by games like Streets of Rage and Final Fight, but with a decidedly more violent twist on the whole formula. Mother Russia Bleeds owes a lot to similar sprite-based but especially violent games, most notably Hotline Miami. There's going to be a lot of Hotline Miami comparisons if you play this game, including a few overt references. But here in the first level, we just have a tutorial on how to fight. Our sparring partners for today are a bunch of hobos, and I really hope that whiskey is going to help ease the pain of this beating that they're about to get. We've got our basic punches, we've got a kick that will... Ow. I'm just going to pummel this guy. We've got a kick that will just launch the guys away. We can grab, which I have been doing, and we can also charge a punch. That move isn't too useful, but there's a couple situations where I like to use it, usually when I've got a weapon in my hand. The other two commands back there, as you can see, are a jump and a dodge. And that's the extent of the tutorial we get. We are going to get introduced to a couple more game mechanics in the next level, but we are going to get a chance to show off some more moves in the upcoming fight. Nothing quite like the life of a pit fighter, huh? And who is this glasses fellow? Seems to be the revolutionary type. Vlad, huh? Let's see, Mikhail does not seem to think too much of Vlad's grandstanding, I suppose. That is an awfully defeatist attitude, though. The Bratva, huh? Well, the story of this game seems to be that it takes place in Russia during the 1980s, but in one version of Russia where the Soviet Union does not seem to exist. The character we are using right now is Sergei, the default player character, and he is the balanced one. I'll be showing off the other characters as we progress through the game. Poor Vlad. Definitely seems, though, that the Bratva has a strong stranglehold over the land, at least according to Vlad here. Oh, when aren't they, Sergei? I'm looking forward to a fight. I hope to give the best show. Alright, so let's get started. Let's do some grab combos. Very nice. If you grab an opponent and press up, you toss them up in the air. Run into a person and grab them, you throw them into immediate ground pummel. Let's see another option. Yep. Nah, that guy died too quickly. Get over here. Let's slam him. Pressing down and grab will do that. As you saw, I could grab the opponent in the air to toss him. Let's see if I can get it again. It's a bit tricky to do that. If you want to attack an opponent who's already grounded, just walk over to them, press down, and start attacking. We can also just throw them in a direction. And let's try this out. If you press Y, or rather the kick button in the middle of a combo, you'll do a secondary kick before the main kick. I just want to see if I... Yes! That's a little tricky to do. I don't always get it. We also have our standard jump kicks. Get off of me. And slide kick. And a dash attack, of course. Slide kick actually sends enemies towards the center of the screen, or rather away from you, like so. And let's just finish that guy off. Any more? But as you can see, these hobos aren't really a match for us. They don't hit very hard, whereas we totally mess them up. This will not be the case for the whole game. I didn't play as well as I could. I got hit. What's going on? I do not like the looks of this situation. Well, these guys definitely look like they belong to the state, but that guy in the center there doesn't look quite like a government worker. Yeah, this went badly. Let's see if we can't... Oh geez, these guys are messing us up. Yeah, those riot shields, not exactly easy to deal with. But that is the end of the tutorial level. And what is going on here? Looks like this guy is injecting them with something. The other three people there are our other player characters. The woman on the bottom left is Natasha. The strong man in the top right is Ivan. And the guy in the bottom right is Boris. But, for the time being, it is only Sergei who's escaping his cell. In these loading screens, you'll frequently see little bios on the characters, but we'll get into them when we actually play as them. But for now, it's time for the first real chapter. And it's where the true mechanics of the game start to come through. As you can see next to our health bar, we have a syringe there with a little bit of something in it. We'll have to figure out what that does. That is a good question. It looks like some kind of holding area, but what it's attached to? No idea. I would assume the injection he's talking about relates to the injection those guys were giving us. But it looks like Sergei is having nothing of it, and his response is quite violent. But we can use some of our own injection to heal ourselves. And that guy is quite dead. But it looks like we got more coming to us. These guys aren't too aggressive if you let them try. Hold on. Come on, do it. Never mind. They'll try and... there you go. They'll throw vials at you. Messed up the aerial grab. Oh well. We've got plenty of times to do it. Get over here. Yeah, these guys like to do that when you've got grabs going, so be careful. Let's see if I can get it. Yes! I love doing that. And this guy does not look like he's doing too well. Well, I'm sure he won't mind if we'll take this. The drug we are getting is called Necro, and we can get it directly from people's bloodstreams with our syringe. Let's top ourselves off. This guy has an infinite amount of Necro flowing through his veins, so we'll just borrow some of that. And we are totally topped off. Let's go. Listen, guys, I don't feel like messing around. The other thing we can do with Necro is put ourselves into a frenzied state. And if you grab someone while in that state, you do that. That is a fatality. Fatalities drain a lot of the Berserker state, so be sure you absolutely want to use it. It's a good idea to use it... What the... Well, anyway, it's a good idea to use it when your Berserk mode is close to running out. But fatalities score you a good amount of extra points. Now that guy in the green hazmat suit, he throws a vial that will poison you. Poison is one of a couple status effects that you can be hit with in this game. It's not too serious. Now, it seems that everyone in Russia has a bit of a necro problem at the moment, so we can get it from their bloodstreams, from quite a few people. You'll be seeing those guys convulsing more than a couple times throughout the course of this game. Ah. Still gotta get the timing down on that. It's best to drain necro when you don't have too many people breathing down your neck. As you can see, we have weapons we can pick up now. If you use the grab button while standing still with a weapon, also flame, another status effect, but it's very briefly lived. You will just throw it, but if you run to tackle, you will immediately get them into a ground pound with the weapon. Let's do a charge attack. There we go. Maybe that wasn't the best idea. As you can see, when you're in Berserk, you tend to do that quite a bit. It's pretty fun to watch. However, when you ground pound someone or fatality them, you will destroy their head. People without heads you cannot get necro from, so it will never happen with them. This guy's got a knife. Knives, instant kills. Very fun to play around with. You can also throw them. Let's just get the necro from this guy real quick. Oh, he's got a little bit more. I'll just take that. Always wring as much necro as you can out of people. The syringe we're using right now, of which there are multiple varieties of syringes, the one we're using right now is the Colonel Kremlin. It comes with 3 doses, heals for a little bit, and has a moderate length berserk status. Other syringes can have less doses, but will heal for more and have longer berserk statuses. And we've got a piggy over here. Or at least we had a piggy. Now over here are a bunch of people who've had a little too much necro. Hopefully this doesn't reside in our future. Now, as far as I know, these guys with the blue shirts, they're actually not necessary to kill. What you're looking for is the guys with the brown or green shirts. To attack the pigs, it's basically the same as trying to attack someone who's on the ground. Just go over them, hold down, and attack. There we go. As you can see, these guys aren't particularly tough, and there's a lot of them to beat up, so much necro to be had. Now, not every character in this game has the same moveset. Just as they have varying stats, they also have slightly different properties on their moves. While Sergei can slam people into the ground to immediately launch them into a ground pound, not every character can do that. Much like the hobos, these guys like to tackle you. When you're dodging, you don't have invincibility frames, so you can be knocked out of it. However, the mobility it offers you is very helpful, so be sure to make frequent use of it. It also allows you to cancel out of grabs and the like. Now coming up, one of the more annoying areas in the game, we have rats that will be running through this area briefly. When the rats run through, they can latch onto you and do light amounts of damage, so try to avoid them. It's not very fun. Another annoying thing about the rats is that if you're trying to drain necro, they will knock you out of it. I got one on me, but if you are grabbed by a rat, just dodge twice, that'll kill them. Also, doing attacks will knock them off after a point. You do get an achievement for getting through here without getting bitten by a single rat, but it is not an easy one to get. Yep, give me that nightstick. Never mind, I don't need it. Ah. Of course, I'm having all these embarrassing mistakes when I decide to record. I actually did just complete this game today, and I figured, well, that's as good enough a reason to let's play it. Get off. You know what? If you ever have somebody off screen like that, well, he died anyways, but just slide into them, you'll get them on screen. Get up. That's a little technique I like to call juggling enemies, tossing one into the air while one approaches you so that you can attack. You can also do that with melee weapons, but that's more of a multiplayer thing. But let's head on to the next area. We're done with the rats, thankfully. Right now we're playing on the normal difficulty setting. I don't think I'm quite good enough to play on hardcore. Enemies that are green like this are quite filled with necro, usually enough to fill an entire syringe, so always be sure to take them out and drain them. This is not a particularly pleasant looking area that we've just stepped into. I better get some of these pigs out of the way. I don't like these flickering lights. Oh, there we go. There is the boss of this level. This guy charges at you, swings, after doing that twice, injects himself with necro. That is the pattern to this fight. This guy is actually pretty simple to beat. He doesn't hit too hard, despite what you might think. But still, caution is recommended. Also, we've got the junkies trying to attack us. That's not very fun. Alright, let's get out of the way. Now, he drops those syringes. Those syringes can be used as weapons against him, but we've got a bit of a crowd going here, so I'm going to hold off on trying to grab them. But as you can see, as he takes damage, he becomes visibly hurt, like any enemy in the game, so we can tell if we're close to killing him or not. And there is friendly fire among enemies, so be sure to take advantage of that. Let's get a syringe here. Throw it at him, does decent damage. Syringes, like knives, are one-hit kills against standard enemies. And there we go. Very simple boss. And that is the first level along with the tutorial complete. When we come back next time, we will be heading on to Chapter 2. And we will also be showing off a different character and a different necro strain. So I hope you join me then. Let's see what our score is. Alright. I hope you enjoyed watching, and please, have a nice day.